Yeah.
Policy in order. Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. DJ compliance and open meeting law,
Yep, posted at the door and on our website.
the roll call,
Karolfi,
Yes.
Kaczynski.
Yes.
Bowles.
Yes.
Schaefer.
Here.
Kraus.
Yes.
White.
Here.
And Tovar.
Any order, agenda order changes or corrections?
The only correction I have is the date under announcements.
Okay. Approval of minutes from July 14th. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Public comments, I believe you're on the agenda, so we'll wait till we get to that item. Is that?
Yep.
Yes, okay. Any announcements?
Just music in the park, Wednesday again, every Wednesday in August. And the Personnel and Finance Committee meeting, not on the 20th, but on the 19th, because I forgot about music in the park. Does the 19th not work for anyone?
Calendar, at least.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Objection, so it sounds like we're going to go to 19.
If anyone finds a problem, we can address it later.
Public work,
Wastewater, treated 8.4 million gallons of waste. Responded to one sewer complaint on Madison Street. Cleaned 6,200 feet of sewer, it's 32% of our annual growth. OK Sanitary and Crockett Septic, land applied the remainder of our biosolids. Digester can pipe failed, parts are on order. Trevor mowed the ditch, assisted with the abandonment of utilities at well number 3. And Trevor attended a water treatment exam prep class. For water, we had 2 water main breaks that was repaired. We're all caught up on lead inspections, installed 2 meters. Pat got 1 of 3 required water certificates. Public Works, placed 5 ton of cold pipe, mostly on Willow. Repaired and backfilled retaining wall at the complex. Assisted on the well number 3 demo. We repainted all the curbs up by the school and fixed the yard drain on Roberts.
any question?
Good going on your test.
Thank you.
Being that you work across the street from my house, he's gonna get an excellent job on fixing our problem on Roberts. So I was at that lake between Phil's house and Commonsburger and.
For the test too, with
Yeah,
almost 2 inches.
Yeah.
So. Stay dry.
I don't know if it would have 14, but. Too late.
well, we had, there's usually a small lake there. Well done,
In between Ryan's and Myrtle.
No, across the road.
across the street.
Oh,
Not
that's
in the
the
big
drainage.
It does,
Oh,
but it was backed up before that.
It was really bad, so. Any questions? Yeah. Good. Police chief's report.
Prior to the month of July, I attended the village board meeting and a meeting with City County Information Technology. Just in respect to that meeting, we focused on our body cameras and in-squad camera systems. The next budget season, we're gonna see an upgrade to the back-end program where everything loads into. And it's gonna be about a $7,000 expense for that. But in all, with our system, it operates fine. It's just we have to upgrade the back-end software. So
So is everybody upgrading in Marathon County?
there's only 1, 2, there's about 4 agencies on there. That would include the Mountain Bay Police Department, Cronin Wetter, Mosby. Actually, there's only 3 departments, and the 4th one would be us. What we do is we split the cost of that server and to upgrade the software behind it. And our portion of that is the $7,000.
Why aren't the other communities in it?
Other communities are using, like Wausau PD, they're using what's called Axon. And that is way out of our price range. I looked into the Axon system. And that would cost us $27,000 a year to operate that. So. We have and Axon is, in my opinion, it's the Cadillac of everything, and our 8 hours like second best, but it works for what we need it to do, so.
Okay.
The new squad car arrived. It is scheduled to be outfitted down at Belco on August 25th. The police department has received a few complaints regarding theft and vandalism at some of the new home construction sites. If residents observe suspicious activity, we urge them to contact Spence Police Department. The police department will be doing extra patrols in these areas. Also, I would like to remind a village and town of Spencer residents about the regulations pertaining to our compost site. The compost site is offered to residents to dispose of yard waste only. The department has received complaints about other items other items other than yard waste being dumped there. Acceptable items, yard waste are leaves, grass clippings, brush, and branches. Unacceptable items would be landscape timbers, railroad ties, construction lumber, old deck boards, shingles, insulation. I would like to remind violators they will be subject to receiving a citation. They don't follow the regulations. Village and town of Spencer residents may obtain a pass for the compost site at the village clerk's office.
Is the camera working?
It is not. No.
Let's get it working.
What?
So let's get it working.
Well, why is it? I mean, I thought we had a camera down there.
That system, last time I used it, hard to play back. It doesn't pick up on plates. The DVR is not the best quality, I would say.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So we're slowly working on trying to figure out to get a radio, go from the compost site back to this building. And then it'll be able to hook into our camera system here. Or there's one of the businesses that have the same type of camera system out there that we do. And somehow if we contact that business, we may be able to link things up that way too. So it is being worked on. It's a matter of figuring out how to do it. To get a radio from that building to this building with some of the coverage of trees, I think might be a little difficult. But
I think country wires can handle that.
It's not hard.
Well, I thought it was working that we were.
It was working and it's just
It's an old camera, right?
camera system.
The first thing we tried.
Yeah, it should be, it's, if we can need, if you need the radio links, I can help you with that. It's, probably got some.
No, I'm just saying that we should really.
Oh, yeah,
Get
and
it
pay for
working.
itself, because then you can slate those people that are dumping. Yeah.
And if not, and then post a sign, you are on video. That always helps.
Even when you're not.
Isn't there a sign down
I don't.
It says that it's under some videos from this.
Yeah, I'm saying,
we'll work on
some people can't read.
get that done.
Well, yeah, we gotta get it working.
And that was it.
Any questions for Sean?
Yeah, it's, construction sites that were, was it tools missing or copper?
On one of them, so if you go to the the water treatment plant, there's some items stolen.
Yeah.
They come along and a couple other items. Eric is working on that and this is gonna be investigating some leads on that, so.
Was there anything
So
over on Adams Street?
it's water
Built
treatment.
into the house?
Nothing on Adams Street. The
Okay,
stuff that was reported to us was on,
Okay, then they didn't,
Fairhead.
there's some tools and stuff that take over there. It's not from that site where Al had a lot and They built the house.
Unless that happened when I was on vacation, I'll follow up to see if there's a report there. But we had a few of the houses that were gone through and they were just took some of the mud for drywall and it was real minor, but the fact is people are going through there.
Well, yeah, I stopped out to look at it and a lot of stuff was laying out.
Mm.
They didn't put them back in their job boxes.
Okay.
President's report, I have nothing. Under new business. Item A, discussion and possible action on a service agreement by Function Design Studio for phase 2 of the band meeting. On page 11,
Yeah, I didn't put the price in the agenda.
it's in there though.
Yeah, it's in the agreement.
36,000, 38,000.
Yeah, so that would cover the phase 2 design. Design and
Plans for bidding.
plans.
So is this an
Plans that-
enclosed structure or not?
No,
So it's just a roof.
it's a roof with
Like,
pillars coming down long ways.
kind of same,
That seems like a hell of a lot of money just for a park shelter.
This is this is for the design of it.
It's a frickin' pole building.
Well, you still have to have plans to
This is the design, they didn't build it.
submit,
There's no design to it.
you want a design?
Like this.
You wanna-
Well, if I had a state of Wisconsin engineering license, I'd do it for nothing.
Yeah, business.
I just,
We did not go out and get competitive bids, Function's
I
the
know.
company that did the first.
And there, I know, this, the bathrooms in there as well.
The bathrooms are
Yeah.
included on
oh,
this,
they are in there. Okay.
Thought I saw it.
and which includes submittal to the state for approved plans.
For the,
Just to design.
design.
Design, construction, management, yeah, they'll, all the bills go through them. They are on site a certain number of times during construction. Spelled out here.
So it's, and there's a scroll down,
Bidding.
more detail. I think right there.
sheet there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
It's a breakdown.
Yeah, I mean, it's all here.
What's the total?
Here it is.
Next guy's.
Here's the-
38 to 40.
Oh,
I make motion to approve the service agreement for Funkinton Design Studio, phase 2 of the band stage. There a second?
second.
Okay, we need to roll call on this.
Karolfi,
Yes.
Jazinski,
Maybe. Yes.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Motion carried. Item B, discussion and possible action on an accelerated fee schedule for the payout of the 3M Phase 1 PFAS settlement.
Well, if you remember, we did join a class action lawsuit against a handful of PFAS manufacturers for contamination that we found in one of our wells. Our award will be
I know.
whatever that total is. 12,000 plus 6,000, so it's about $18,000 minus attorney's fees. Our first payment will actually be the 78.99 that will happen later this year. The first payment hasn't actually happened yet, so when we get that first payment, we'll include both the April and the September amounts. What 3M has asked for, offered, is an accelerated payment schedule, because the class action lawsuit actually has them paying the remainder out, the 34% that's left out over the next 7 years or 10 years. So the actual payment would be in that first year, June of 2026, would be $1,000, then $799 the next year, or actually if you go over to, yes, $932 the next year, $832, all the way down to $466.20 in June of 2033. So then what they do is they offer us an accelerated payment schedule where they'll give us that lump sum. They take out 8.7%, as a discount. And then there is a fee applied to the remainder, which comes out to another $200. So we'd be getting a total of $4,347.26 immediately, as opposed to $5,727.61 over the next 10 years. 8 years.
Does this money stay in the water fund?
This goes right into the water. Yeah, absolutely. It shouldn't be used for anything else. Yeah. So the difference there is 1380.35. Comes out to $173 per year if you figure it out over 8 years. So it's up to you guys. If you wanted to go with the accelerated payment schedule, you would get all that money in the first year. $11,800.
I don't think so. The difference to us if it's not gonna make a big difference in our water bill. And if we might just go for the whole.
One shot.
Right.
I don't have a preference or advice for you guys. They just offer it, so yeah. The only thing that I could think of potentially is that over time, there could be additional bankruptcies or changes in ownership that might invalidate the rest of these payments. I don't know how all of that works.
I don't know.
So there could be a risk that in 8 years, maybe
8 years for
there.
$1,000. I think we could probably put the 5,000 or $4,400 to way better work than now than just hang on to it for 8 years.
Yeah,
You don't get it all like the attorneys used to know, so.
Yeah,
but if there's additional, I mean, this has been set. No additional,
So this is phase one, and it's only with 3M. So there's DuPont.
get
And-
another ones, good.
Yeah, so there's DuPont, and then there's BASF and a couple other, and there's a separate class action suit too, a different suit,
So-
different manufacturers. This is just one settlement for one manufacturer. Phase two, probably we won't be eligible for it because we don't have real damages. We have a tiny amount of PFAS identified in our well.
Yeah.
It's below the action limit, so the DNR doesn't make us treat that water.
so what I'm saying is if you take the whole amount, that means you settled on that.
Right,
With 3M.
we've settled.
We've already
Yeah,
settled.
I get it, but what if something rolls back on them and then we've already settled?
We made that decision when we joined the class action lawsuit to agree to the terms of the class action as opposed to the potential to sue them individually. So we have already said, we will agree to those terms. This is a separate side issue. Do you want all your money at once? Or do you want most of it right now and then a little bit?
A little bit there.
No, if that's the case, yeah.
Take all in one lump sum, because I said, you don't know, we can,
Yeah. I
we'll
mean,
take 4,400, I'll make a motion to accept the lump sum payment.
second,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry. All in favor of that, aye, opposed,
Aye.
motion carried. Discussion possible action on setting new wastewater rates effective January 1, 2026.
we do this every year, primarily satisfy Land O'Lakes. They ask for this information early in the year. So that they can budget for next year. But we also do the calculation for the haulers. When we do our 5-year average calculation, our surcharges, which are on the left-hand side in yellow, get adjusted slightly. BOD and solids never change much. Ammonia has been fairly consistent as well. Phosphorus has taken a relatively large jump from $9.54 to $14.27 per pound. And that is almost entirely due to the cost of ferric chloride. Since I've been here, the cost of ferric chloride has gone up like 300%. So then what that would do is the OMR charge for Land O'Lakes, or for the haulers, I apologize. The OMR capital, including all the surcharges for the haulers, then would put their rate at 1868 per 1,000 gallons. As opposed to the 1781 they're currently paying. And then Land O'Lakes' OM&R rate would stay the same, as would our residents' rate would stay the same. Well, do not expect those to stay the same next year. We raised the rates up 70 cents and 50 cents last year in order to satisfy the DNR, so that we could qualify for the clean water fund loan. But that isn't going to carry us for a lot of years, you know. So we'll more than likely be adjusting those up. But this will carry us to next year, I should say. This will carry us through.
Next year.
This require action.
Yeah.
So move. With the new sewer
Second.
rates.
All in favor of that motion, say aye.
Right.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item D, discussion of possible action on a request by Wilderness Builder to sell lot number 35 into Grubler subdivision to Vision Project LLC.
Vision Project LLC is Matt Stolkus, local guy here in Spencer, who's got quite a bit of property now. He's building his second house in the Grubler subdivision. He just bought the house next to Partners Bank. He's remodeling that one. He has a number of properties that he either rents or flips or does land contracts with renters. Must have 6 or 8 properties in Spencer now. Wilderness Builders, if you remember, had this lot number 35 on the corner of Dove and Pearl. And they had originally agreed to build by the end of this year. And then had come early this year and said, we don't think we're going to be able to make it. Our construction business up north is booming and we don't have the time to come down to Spencer. So they had asked for the option to either sell it back to the village, sell it to somebody else, or they did not want to be penalized, which is the third option, and charged for the cost of the utilities to improve that lot.
Yeah.
So when Matt came in to look at additional lots, I mentioned that this one could be available to him. And he contacted Wilderness and agreed to buy it. So if you guys approve of that sale, which is required by the developers agreement that we have with Wilderness Builders, we would write a new development agreement with Matt Stolfus, Vision LLC, and then he would build by the end of next year. He actually wants to start construction now, he says, so that he has something to work on over this winter. If he can get the foundation and the framing done now, then he'll have a project to work on.
Make a motion to approve the sale of lot 35 to Vision Project LLC.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item E, discussion and possible action on Midwest grading and excavating pay request number 1 for the well house number 3 demolition project for $11,999.50.
I could have maybe put these in different order. Deb is here, Deb Smith from.
I'm with Midwest Grinding and Excavating. We took down well house number 3.
Yep.
We're asking for an additional 12,000 to cover time and equipment. That cost.
Well, one at a time here.
So yeah, they completed that project last week and submitted a pay request for the original contract amount of $11,999.50. Then also submitted the change order for an additional $12,000.
Make a motion to approve item 23, the original amount, and I think we ought to take the next request to committee meeting.
So my,
Well, we can all, let's do one thing at a time.
we said, yeah, we certainly can.
Well, it's two.
It is.
Yep. Okay, disregard the second one. I make a motion to pay $7,999.50 for well house 3 demolition to Midwest Grading and Excavating.
Sorry.
Second.
Need a roll call on that?
Ralphie,
Yes.
Jazinski,
Yes.
Bowles,
Yes.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Strauss,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Tofa.
Yes. Item F. Action, possible action on Midwest Grading and Excavating change order number 1 for the well house number 3 demolition project for an increase $12,000.
So just to cut you off a little bit, Tom, I guess if I had thought about taking it to committee first, I might not have invited Deb to come up tonight. But she is here, so, I thought if she wanted to make her case now, it might say for a trip,
I think,
or unless you guys want to.
I
take
think
this
we
to
kind of
committee.
all know there was issues there. So being that she's here to be courteous, we should allow us to explain
Yep.
why. And that's the
Yep.
issue.
Yeah.
I am Deb from, it's Midwest Grinding, not grading.
Oh, I apologize.
That's fine. It's grinding and excavating. So, huh?
This was
Special G.
Yeah.
Did you make a mistake and it carries?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I just wanted to,
I apologize, sir.
that's fine. So there was a lot of issues. It was hardwood, there were no blueprints. Apparently things were like mismarked or not marked. We would start digging where there was nothing and we'd find stuff. And you have an excellent crew on your water crew guys or city guys, they're awesome. They went through so much. But so as we got digging, we just kept finding things that weren't done. We couldn't find that, and then after we got that done, everything was saturated, so there must be like an underground leak still somewhere. I know we hit a leak, but that soaks from the top down, and the ground is just totally saturated. No matter how far out we went, we kept, the ground kept falling in, so we couldn't do anything because of your crew. And the further we went out, everything was just saturated. We kept hitting things. We hit a line that wasn't even marked. So we ended up having to get in another excavator to dig out the tank, which when we were thinking tank, we think metal, not cement. That's more like a cistern. So that took longer. We couldn't find it. We ended up finding it, but we tore up all your ground. So it wasn't where everybody thought it was. So we just had a lot of man time hours coming back and forth, staying. It just seemed like it was one thing after another. I don't know what else to say. I mean, we hit water lines. We hit, must have been like return lines or something.
So originally, the water line was broken, the one that was above ground inside the building. And actually survived the entire demolition of the building. And then they went to start demo of the water line and it was still on, it was still live.
Yes, and we went straight down by the building.
And yeah, so that was definitely on us because we did not have that water shut off for them to do that excavation or to do that demolition properly.
Still charged.
Then when they started to dig down to the main, or after it was shut off, they dug down so that they could cap it. They were not originally planning on doing an excavation that day. They came up to demo the building first, and then we're gonna come, that's my understanding anyway.
Correct.
So they were gonna come back the next day or the day after to do the underground work. So the equipment that they had up here they weren't expecting to do, to do an excavation to the water main. Using the equipment that they did have and the employees that they did have, it was a struggle. And eventually our guys took over and said, we'll finish this up. And so that first night they were there, I think until about 7 or 8 o'clock that night.
Yeah.
They had, before our crew started, they had broke the water the water line, the sewer line. There was a communication line that wasn't marked,
Yeah.
but Charter,
Well, they had charter marked, but they didn't have, it was in the wrong place.
yeah, there was actually two. So Charter they had an old coaxial line in there that they abandoned but didn't bother to mark. So as far as my understanding is they didn't charge you for that repair.
No,
Yep, so
I haven't received anything either.
they took responsibility for that because they had marked a line, but no one really knew which one it was supposed to be. And so it was my understanding that they hadn't charged you or the village for that.
Okay, I have not received anything.
Yeah. So then after it got repaired, then you guys started the underground demo work. I did send blueprints to Andy. So he had blueprints, including the foundation and the footing. So all of that would have been there to let him know how deep it was and how big it was and where it was.
You did send like early or later?
It is part of the bid documents. So,
Really?
yeah, so all of the contractors that bid on the project got a copy of those. So, and it did show the relative location of the tank as well. We didn't have a design of the tank, a blueprint with design on the tank, but it did show where it was. So that's, yeah, like I said, I don't know if he shared that with you or not.
No, I didn't see that. And everybody, I asked about it. He said that there were no blueprints. So I don't know if he didn't go.
The original blueprints from when the plant was built, I don't have. The plant was built in like the 50s,
Okay.
or 60s. But in the early 70s, they did an addition to that plant. And then they must have started with the original blueprints and then added on to those. So all those blueprints I did share with Andy. I shared it with all the contractors
Okay.
at the beginning of the job. So you had those.
I did not see them.
Yeah. My recommendation was to him was to try to come up with, an itemized list of hours, man hours and equipment that, you felt that you guys incurred rather than just to say
A lump sum.
X number of dollars. And I had told them that last week.
Oh,
And if you guys would want to prepare something like that. And again, if you want to come back up for that committee meeting, you're more than welcome. But if they could look at that during the committee meeting, then they could
Sure.
use that as a way to kind of guide
that.
their decision.
That's right.
is that for like before next month or when is your committee?
The committee meeting will be as soon as, if you guys want to set one now.
Well, once we have, as soon as we
I mean-
get itemized.
Let's get through the action.
Can we,
I just meant that she wanted to take off.
Yeah.
if you could give me a few days because we're loading to leave for South Carolina.
I knew you were heading out, yeah.
I mean, I just got back from Arkansas and Texas
Sure.
to come here, so
When will you be back from?
I need to stay this time. Andy's gonna go down for 3 days,
Okay.
but yeah, because my table.
Well, if you tell me that,
Oh,
no, I understand. If you tell me that you can't do it before the end of the month, our next board meeting, which is where we would take the recommendation of the committee and.
I was just thinking that if I could have the rest of the week.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, yeah, that's not a problem. Yep. Our next board meeting is at September 8th. And that's when we would take the recommendation of the committee into consideration.
Okay. We'll do that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We set it tonight or you wanna? let her-
That's up to you guys.
Let's just set something up here.
Well, it's a good seat down there.
Well, I didn't know if she wanted to take off because she's still gotta drive back to that. So this weekend's the 15th. if you guys want to schedule something for the week of the 18th or the 25th.
Do we do something of the same way as personnel?
That's what I was asking.
No,
No.
No.
I don't wanna have to rush out.
For the following weekend? Which committee you're gonna put this under?
I would assume utilities and equipment. Committee.
Am I on that?
Think so.
Alright.
I don't have we don't have our board anymore, but I did make myself a copy. Yeah. Tom, Pat, and Jeremy are the utilities.
I'm going last week in August. You guys can have the meeting, that's fine.
Well, I gotta check on that last week myself, so.
Okay, well, if we don't set it tonight, that's okay.
Yeah, I gotta.
Well, next week, I'm open most of next week except for Friday. I can't.
Unless we wanna do it next Thursday.
Could do it
That'd
next
be
Thursday.
fine.
Thursdays are off.
Are we looking at the 21st?
Pat said Thursday.
That's- You can't do.
Okay. We work from here.
I'm pretty sure the 26th is open.
We can pencil that in and
Yeah, it's, I'm 90%.
Aim for the 26th.
Yeah.
26.
6:30.
sure.
Please.
Yes, 6:30. No more 6 o'clock.
is that your board meeting or is that the one I come to?
Yes, you.
You are welcome to come again if you want to bring that itemized list and
I will, fact,
We'll
I
have
will,
that
I will get it.
We
Well,
can
I
have
just
it
you all
before
have it.
meeting.
I guess what I mean to say is that you're gonna make the strongest case for yourself.
But is this the one I come on or August 8th? Which meeting do I come to?
I would come to the committee meeting,
That's on September 8th,
26th.
August 26th.
Chris, you could have her meet
Okay.
in Zoom so that she doesn't have to travel all the way up there.
Yeah, that is an option too. Yeah, Deb, if you have the ability to meet by Zoom,
Zoom or.
we can do as.
You can do that, you don't have to drive all the way.
By Zoom.
Can we do Zoom? That would be great.
Yeah, absolutely,
Drive.
I'll send you my email so you can send me a link.
absolutely. Yep, and then that would make it a lot easier. I didn't think about it for this meeting.
That will be the 26th.
At 6:30. Unless we find out this for Tom.
And just let me know.
Yes. Yep.
It takes me 4 hours.
Yeah, so I hear you. I'm originally from Edgerton and I make that trip all the time.
You're right in Monroe?
I'm actually down by Darlington.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice little drive.
That's why we got the system, so that we realize that some people have a long way to come, and as long as we have the ability to use Zoom.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh,
That's why I was surprised you guys came on the 20th century. I drive trucks, so yeah, I go down there.
Well, we didn't,
it's independent in G.
we just figured.
That was G,
Okay.
Yeah, we will table
F
F
and
and
G.
G.
Yeah, we can go home.
Quite, yeah, that's my mistake for not seeing this. This is new system, so I kind of forget.
Thanks.
It's the other 26th.
Yeah, so you don't have to state the
Okay.
Yes, we have.
You are welcome to though. If you want.
That's okay.
Make sure it's for miles to get on the road.
It's nice meeting you all and seeing you. Have a good evening.
You too. Safe ride back.
Thank you.
Okay, item H then. Discussion of possible action on Yellowstone inspection water treating directive number 3 for the well number 7 water treatment plant number 2 project for an increase of $3,341.
Since Max is here, we can make him do it.
This is, the way we have that system set up, there's a filter, and then there's a bunch of piping that runs through, the outlet of the filter into some pumps. We have to put 5 chemicals in different areas. The way we have those set up, those chemical rooms have to be separated from the actual filter treatment room. Initially, we had it set up where everything was gonna be run under the floor. Just for John and Pat's, I guess, ease in the future, they have to run new chemical feed lines. We're gonna move it to overhead, just so they don't have to go down, and it's a backwash filter. It's technically like a hazardous entry. So we have to do something special.
When I reviewed the site with Greg one day, he just mentioned the fact that they were putting all that piping under the floor, and I'm like, that doesn't sound the greatest from an operator's point of view. We don't want that plumbing in a tank that we have to not only do an entry to get into, but then climb on ladders to get up to the ceiling in order to maintain that piping. I think the original intention by Greg was good, was to get it out of sight, and aesthetically pleasing, and it wouldn't be in the way. But from an operator's point of view, it's really not ideal. And originally Greg thought that we would actually might get a discount because it would be easier to install above ground than in the tank. But then the contractors came back and said, no, it's actually more expensive. But I think it's still worth it because we don't wanna have to worry about getting those things. Just to maintain this.
All right, motion to approve, change directive number 3 for well. On 7. For an increase of $3,340.
Second.
All in favor of this motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item I, discussion and possible action on Yellowstone Construction's pay application number 8 for the well number 7 waste water treatment plant number 2 project for $495,238.75.
2.
So this one is paying for basically adding the trusses, the framing to the roof. They had the spray, basically like a weatherproofing barrier to all the CMU walls on the exterior. There's some drywall and painting in there as well. And then half of that is for a filter as well, so they can just continue to work on the filter installation. That's what you got on here. Not on here would be what was just approved as that change order. You'll see that on the next pay request in September.
And this will be, they also included a disbursement request, so this money will be coming back from the DNR this month.
Okay. So move to pay $495,000, whatever.
Roll call.
Ralphie,
Yes.
Jazinski.
Yes.
Owens. Yes. Schaefer.
Yes.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Topaz.
Yes. Item J, discussion of possible action on Tri-Cities final pay application number 5 for the Pine and Hemlock Street Lift Station project for $33,556.88.
So this is basically just closing out that project. We're paying for what we retained on that, on all the items that they completed. So I'd recommend paying this with the caveat that there's still some outstanding punch list items. So until we get those finalized, got the check, mail check.
What's left for punch list item?
There's just some grass stuff that they can clean up, and our electrical engineer, when she was here for the loop review meeting, had some notes for our electrical contractor there.
Oh,
Just to clean up some of the.
I knew you were being a stickler on that grass, Greg. I asked him if that was a big deal or not. He's like, Max won't approve that, so it's green.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it'd be that hard to put down some topsoil and grow grass and just remove some of those towers I got in there, but that's funny, I guess.
In Wisconsin, everything grows.
Yeah, well, you need the right soil though.
Kids.
We'll need a motion.
Make a motion to approve. These applications apply for $36,556.88.
Second.
Need a roll call.
Geralfi,
Yes.
Zinsky.
Yes.
Folds, Schaefer,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Yes. Item K, discussion possible action on Tri-Cities change order number 3 for the business park storm sewer and street extension project for an increase of $3,032.
This is for hydrant extensions. When the utilities were originally put in there, they were pretty shallow because that was just a field. The street, so we had to just add, I think it's an 18-inch and a 12-inch hydrant extension, just so they weren't buried under the curb basically. Pretty fair pricing for a long lead time for the not a typical hydrant that we see nowadays.
These two.
Out on Cedar and
Or Madison. Yeah, they look nice now. They would have been underground, basically.
Whole area back there, they've stopped.
They built a lot up a little bit on the east side of the road too, so that. Yeah, they needed it.
Motion to approve Tri-Cities change order number 3, business park for $3,032.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Okay.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item L, discussion possible action on Tri-Cities change order number 4 for the business park sewer, storm sewer and street extension project for an increase of $4,118.50.
So this is for the south of Cates's property. Got that whole gravel lot that was kind of draining down from the new pond. Experienced a lot of just those gully washers. Every time everything would come hard off that gravel and just wash into the new pond, and we couldn't really get any grass established. So to try and fight that, we just had them add some riprap along kind of the most sensitive area there, just to try and. It had been a year of trying to grow grass and we just couldn't get it, so something a little bit hardier in there.
I was out there last week and it definitely will do the job.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor of that motion, say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item M. Discussion of possible action on Tri-Cities final pay application number 7 for the business park storm sewer and street extension project for $18,263.99.
So this is the best part of this meeting.
Stand on your head.
Oh, I didn't want to turn it. Where is that thing? Oh, there it is.
It's a bonus.
No,
I've got to put the money.
I gotta go all the way around.
That's funny.
Round it up. For a project that started 2 years before I came up to the office, it's finally have this pay request be the final one.
Yes, this is. We change orders and lease retainage and. That you got it finally. Stuff.
We actually had 4 change orders for 86,000.
Yeah, Max can remind us what change order number 2 was at $70,000.
That was, so the way we bid that project is for basically a plastic liner on those ponds. This was way back in the fall of 23. They dug pest pits. And we discovered kind of a pretty decent clay vein. So we had them use like a DNR is basically either this plastic liner or a 1 foot thick clay liner. because it's considered industrial, so you can't have any leaching through your ponds. So in that change order, we're paying for them installing the clay liner. We didn't do, if you go down and look in the items, we did not pay for them to install the plastic liner. So it ended up coming out, it was a net positive of, I wanna say 12,000, I don't know if that's exactly correct.
It was a savings.
Yes, it was a savings, so there's an item that we did not pay for.
Yeah, it was still an expensive project. The original cost, was $930,000. And, what did they get up to? I guess it's the 853. 853.
Yeah, so we were a little under, we'd like to beef up our bids a little bit, because we had supplemental bid items, which we anticipate potentially using, but it's our fingers that we're not gonna need as much as we call for essentially, so.
And we, in this situation, we didn't borrow the extra money to pay for, we didn't go out and borrow the $930,000. Are sitting on that until this project is done.
Right.
We've just been, we took out a big chunk, we took out a loan against the TID to pay for this. But it was, I don't remember exactly how much we took out, but it wasn't the entire. We still have that money available if we need to.
Motion,
Motion to approve. Tri-City's final pay application for $18,263.
I'll second that. Roll call.
Rolfe? Vinsky?
Yeah.
Olds?
Yeah.
Schaefer?
Yes.
Kraus?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Topol.
Yes. That brings us to item 13, discussion and action on the approval of current voucher. Thank you, Nick.
No vouchers, it already has us paying.
Yes. That's a good point. When the motion to approve the vouchers, we will not approve the $12,000 for their change order.
That must be underwater.
It's right by the Visa. See it?
Right above.
Your cursor is almost on it.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Right
looking,
there.
I was looking for a separate 12. I thought Deb was gonna separate it out. Yeah, so this amount here, we will not approve $12,000 of that amount. So the final amount that we approve, if that's the only thing that gets changed. 923, 207, 48 minus $12,000 would be 911, 207, 48. Thank you for reminding me. I was gonna make myself a note and I forgot.
It's a colorimeter,
Colorimeter?
colorimeter.
Colorimeter. Is that on your test tip, Pat? What's a colorimeter?
I'm not testing them, but I guess I am.
It's a machine that we use to do our chemical testing of the water and wastewater. So we actually got a grant from the Department of Health for $5,000 to replace some equipment, including one chemical pump.
Those are David Dick. It's under water department. Giving you credit.
Next time we can ask them what the difference between a colorimeter and a spectrophotometer is. Now that would really
I
be.
can't even. I can't even.
That would really be a test. And you will know the answer by the time you pass your test.
Okay, you like you do. So, a question for you, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Every month, Computer TR we're cutting them a check for $500.
Every month.
What the hell are they doing for
They were,
$500?
they manage our
I
IT.
I totally understand they're
You
managing
know
it,
what they do.
but $500 is a lot to manage something that doesn't require management.
Well,
If a computer's sitting there and they're not doing software upgrades or changes, that's got to be looked at. That still seems like a big number to me
yeah,
and I'm not gonna say anything. It just seems like a big number to me to have something that doesn't get touched.
Yeah.
Or if it does, it's 10 minutes.
yeah. So
It
just,
seems like a big number.
that's fine. Just a couple of things about that I would say is they're in almost every month. They are
Okay.
physically here doing something. Just last week they were in here because we were having some issues with the fax machines.
We still have a fax machine.
We do, we need it. Mr. Technology hates copper lines, hates fax. We still have fax machine, one over at the police department and one here. And the VoIP system is with some issues with fax machines. So they have to have a special analog converter, blah, blah, blah. So they are here. They're not here every month, but almost every month.
Okay. I just think it seems to me is a little high.
Yeah.
If we're paying $500 a month, we're forking over $6,000 a year to manage and maintain computer systems.
Yeah.
We're not that big. That seems like a lot of money that
Yeah.
we're forking over.
So you're aware they do manage the systems at the water,
Yep, I
wastewater.
I see them in theirs, they have other
And then
things.
we divide that cost up. So like for this office, they're covering $250 a month
Mhm.
for what's here.
Right.
But certainly if
I just think it seems high to me, just coming from the background that I'm in.
Yeah.
It seems high that, that we're getting a flat rate.
Yeah.
Which seems great,
well,
but it's not great because if they're not doing squat this month and next month they're doing a lot, well, next month they're sucking that whole amount up, but last month they didn't do squat and.
yeah, I will say like for the installation of the teleconferencing
Mhm.
equipment, they did all that under that $500 a month fee. So like when we bought the telecom equipment,
Sure.
they installed that as part of their regular maintenance.
Okay.
And like I said, we don't get an individual bill when they show up to fix it.
Right.
But certainly if you want to have
I
them
would
here
think that
and
some more of an itemized invoice, what are they billing us per hour to do IT stuff?
well, they're not billing. us.
Well, I know that because we're getting a flat rate.
Right.
But what's.
What would they be billing us?
Where's I'd like to see an invoice from them or a timesheet from them says, what did you do? How long did it take you?
Yeah.
So we can evaluate where this $500 is going.
Yeah.
Cause it seems a little high to me. It seems crazy that we're flat rating a service that we have no check or balance on. We don't know what was done. I understand they're here, but
Right.
I can show up at a job site and stand around and talk for 20 minutes a week too and charge.
Sure.
It seems crazy to me that we don't have a what did you do
Well,
for $500?
Yeah, I think Seth at Computer TR would very easily be able to.
And that's fine.
Provide
That's the easiest way is let's get a bill and say, what did you do?
Yeah.
You did software upgrades and it took 3 hours. Okay. You did the teleconference system that took 4 hours. Okay. And then it was 5 minutes. Okay. Well, then it makes sense. But,
Right.
If we don't have that every month and we're just flat footing it, doesn't make sense because I don't know what he did this month versus last. At the end of the year, that works out. We paid him $6,000. We did $3,000 worth of work. Makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know, Computer TR was picked, a few years before I.
No, I'm not arguing the point. I just want to know what they're doing for this money.
Yeah.
Because everybody else, we're scraping over pennies, and here we're writing a blank check every month that says, we don't know what you're doing, but just flip and do it.
Right, no, I get it.
So I just want to know what they're doing.
It just basically all it is.
This is a service contract.
Service contract.
Service contract.
So
It's an easy service contract if they're not doing nothing. So that's what you all been.
But we agreed to that contract without having those type of things.
Right, and that's what I want to know is what are they doing for this money?
It
Because
was our own fault.
In our next budget cycle, we need to look at it.
it's $6,000 a year, and if you have 8 municipalities signing off at $6,000 a year, and they're here every week or whatever, well, I said, I can stand at Bill's house and talk to them for 20 minutes a week, and we can charge you $600. That'd be $250.
Why do you still have a fax line?
I do have those.
He's got
Why?
Like I'll get a complaint from social services on a child sexual assault that we have to do. That's how we get them in.
Yeah, they still.
They don't email that to you?
No, they're still there. Most of the law enforcement are still, and don't get mad at me, Sean. They're all antiquated. They're using this ancient technology, and that's the same with the IRS and their fax it over. Where the hell am I gonna find a fax machine?
That's the issue. And what the other issue is it a dedicated line?
It's part of is it a part of our bundle thing or whatever?
It is a dedicated line.
Yeah,
And that was the issue I always had at the fire department, the dedicated line, didn't need to be.
So,
But they said it had to be, and I says, explain to me why it has to be. And nobody ever gave me a straight answer.
the straight answer is so that you can get a fax when you're on the phone. That's why you have dedicated. But the good news on our end is that, when we switched over to the VoIP system, it made those individual lines very inexpensive. So we only pay $20 a month for each one of those lines.
Just using SIP forms.
That's right. Yeah. So compared to Frontier Charter, it's relatively.
Twice it's cheaper. Which is fine, because it's still.
On the office side, we don't send many faxes. We are required to send anything that we communicate to, like on the taxes. A lot of times directly to the IRS has to be faxed. So like last year, we had to submit a form and it could only be faxed.
Business don't do that. You don't fax anything.
Yeah, well, that was the option. That was the only option that we were given. So otherwise, we do charge.
Have an excuse that they lost it.
Right.
Yeah. I think certified mail was an option, but it's like.
Well, that's even less reliable.
It's gonna send a certified
Yeah.
letter.
Oh, I found out some info about that.
We do also charge for faxes on the office sides. It is a service that we offer for people that need to use. it.
That's all I have.
You have a question down the hall, make motion to approve with the change.
Yeah.
Well, Ralphie,
Yes.
Jasinski.
Yes.
Holmes,
Yep.
Baker.
Yep.
Nelson.
Yep.
White.
yes.
And
I apologize. Who seconded the voucher?
Pat. That brings us to the clerk's report.
Yeah, mine's not very long. One. We had a few building permits, none of them terribly expensive except for Jerry Newman's house, which is going in on Cobb Street. Started construction on that 2 weeks ago. Matthew Stolfus, the guy that's buying that lot, Wilderness Builders. This is for the house next to Partners Bank. He's remodeling. And then deck, driveway, sidewalk, signage. Wayne Hagan just submitted one for a shed. We had a great fundraising kickoff event for our band stage phase 2. raising over $13,000. Of course, the big donation was $10,000 from the Wayne and Pauline Fromey family. Which was a great way to start off that fundraiser. Otherwise, still $3,000 in other sales that day was pretty amazing as well. We have stalled on that stormwater management project, and I have East LaSalle Street here, but it's actually East Willow Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. The property owners over there just got surprised by the cost.
Oh, well.
Eventually, they said, no, we're not gonna do
Everyone
it.
wants it for free.
Yeah. Dave kind of backed away on his side, and then the rest of the property owners are kind of stuck. So that's really just kind of stalled. I don't think that it will be, that it will come back at this point.
I doubt it.
The paperwork for the shooting range project is being completed. And as soon as that's done, we'll have the contractor on site to do a walkthrough next week.
What, they did it before you retired?
Not done yet.
In a couple weeks, I'm gonna meet with Ellers to discuss our finances and whether there's a possibility to refinance those two no anticipation notes yet this fall. So that will be an interesting conversation. Midwest or Mid-Wisconsin Concrete and Freeland Associates are still working on a stormwater management plan with Max's help for the business park. It's likely that something is gonna have to be built out there. Casey might want to do it on village property, since he's already got, his land picked out for his stuff, but that all has to be negotiated yet. But we are still working on it. And the well and water treatment plant project is going
So
good and on schedule.
How you bring up Midwest Concrete, speak to him about putting a barrier up between his lot and the recycling area,
Compost site.
the recycling area?
Yeah, we haven't yet because
Some
before,
kind of physical barrier?
well, the thing of it is before he can connect his lot,
Mm-hmm.
we need to get the stormwater thing fixed. So
Right.
he doesn't have the ability to go from the front of his lot to the back of his lot. He has to go around through the compost site right now.
Right, but like I
I
said
mean,
last
if
time,
you
it's
want a gate or something.
like, well, just something that differentiates, here's my crap, here's your stuff, cause
Yeah. There are.
I know that people go back there and they're, into everyone's defense, no one knows what's what, cause
It's-
there's big piles.
It's pretty well narrowed up right now because he's got concrete.
And clean it up.
He cleans it up a little bit.
It could be better, but I mean, it's,
Just something that says, here's, this is your stuff,
yeah,
then people will know that
Yeah.
that's private business, it's not over here on the
right,
free-for-all side.
yeah. Yeah,
I
we could,
like his black dirt better than ours.
Well, that's exactly,
well, quite frankly, his black dirt is our black.
yeah, he gave remarks.
No, he gave it to us. That was one, that'd be one thing that I think the guys would tell you is that he's been pretty generous about.
No, I just don't wanna have us getting into where someone comes back there and starts filling stuff up and it's in.
Right.
Cause it's all tied back together back there and it looks like it's all one big lot.
Right. Oh, I get it.
You should just dump a lot more stuff back in his property.
I'm not worried about dumping.
Picked up carpet and a TV, lots of stuff back there for him.
It happens all the time. Just something that would separate that out.
Yeah, I can.
Just, it doesn't even be something special, just.
Yeah.
Something that kind of says, hey, okay, guys, clear to see there's a barrier here. This is a village side, this is private lot back here,
Or even a sign,
or even a sign.
Yeah.
private lot beyond.
Private lot beyond this point.
Yeah.
Just something, cause I know how it's gonna work. It's gonna be, well, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Okay, any other comments or questions for Chris on his report? Let's move on to the committee report, finance and personnel.
No report except for the August 19th. 6:30, right?
Fix there.
Fix it right.
Okay, utilities and equipment. No report and same meeting for 26th and 16th. Parks and building.
No report. What about the swing?
We got delivery of the
Zip line.
Zip line.
zip line, is that what you mean?
That's,
Yep. Yep, so they've scheduled, install date has been pushed back to September. So they were really hoping that we could get it installed in time to unveil it at one of the Music in the Park events. And, they are not able to get here until September to install.
And the pickleball court.
Pickleball court, I haven't been up there today. I don't know if you guys were up there today. Do you know if they poured or if they placed the second layers on?
No, they did not because they ran out of material,
Oh, really?
whatever reason. So
As of Friday, they ran out of material?
they were supposed to put the second coat on Friday and they didn't
Oh,
because
okay,
they ran out of material.
okay,
But I don't know what happened today
sure.
or tomorrow, but
Yeah, yeah, they started the the resurfacing of the pickleball court last week. Luckily, Terry had just come back from vacation, so they had a scheduling conflict and they wanted to come to Spencer to start that project. And I mean, they could have done it without Terry, but it was great to have him.
yeah, well, they took the nets down.
Valley, is it Valley? We approved the bid.
Yeah, I thought, they're coming from that far.
Yeah. They seemed like they were doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, the reason they came here is because what they were supposed to do last week. The contractor put all of the fencing posts in the wrong spot.
Yeah, core drilled through the asphalt, placed all the poles like a foot off. They were scratching their head trying to figure out how they were gonna fix it.
Wherever, it was in Green Bay, I think.
Yeah.
So that's why they came here, but, yeah, they're supposed to finish ours.
Yeah. Good news on that front too. Last week, we were awarded a $3,000 grant by the Marshfield Community Foundation towards the pickleball court too. So, if there's anybody that knows how to fundraise, it is the pickleball team. They've done an amazing job paying for that.
Okay, good. Housing and Urban
One report,
Economic Development, Main Street,
no report.
and Streets and Sidewalks,
Nothing.
Fire and Ambulance.
That's a carryover from the last
Yeah.
one.
Well, yeah, well, I shouldn't say nothing. They
We had
redid,
one.
they redid 13.
They did restripe the northbound northbound lane north of the intersection. I think the way that it's striped right now makes a heck of a lot more sense than what it would be.
And anybody heard any complaints?
No.
I haven't.
I've heard.
All they did was, that woman was pissed off at me at that meeting. And they took away my complaint about changing lanes in the middle of a controlled intersection. And so they just pushed it down the line to change the lane. That's all they did. They took away.
Well,
They
actually,
didn't change anything in the south end.
right,
No,
It's the same mess down there as it was. You get same confusion.
the south side of the intersection.
South side of the intersection coming in.
They still made
Same
better
confusion.
signage.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sean and Bill actually attended a Zoom meeting with DOT about that intersection with me. And Bill and Sean both were quite forceful in their assertions to DOT. They represented the community very well as far as what we thought
And they didn't know
should be
who I
done.
was anyway.
And but the problem is their hands are tied because it was a federal project. If they make a change to that project, they have to go back through the public notification system.
well, yeah, I didn't quite understand their part of it, where they could only talk about this little bit.
Right.
And I'm talking the whole right north end, all them turns. It's like, just make it 4 lane or 2 lanes or whatever, straight through there.
Right. When the village committed
That's where we got off.
to the twiddle lane, the 3-lane configuration, that became the project, and DOT can't just change that because that had to be publicly noticed and put out to comment. And so that part of it they couldn't change, but the striping part, that smaller part, they could address.
How was poor planning on their part? They should have looked at that intersection and planned it better,
Absolutely,
100%.
absolutely. The biggest thing that they failed to do, in my opinion, was address how they were gonna merge those two projects, because they had the concrete project north of the intersection and the asphalt project south of the intersection. Those were two different projects. North side, they were going to 3 lanes, the south side, they were maintaining 4 lanes. And they admitted that they did not think about how that was gonna connect as part of either of the individual projects. So.
So we had another fender bender down here on the south.
Yes, let me think about that particular one. Okay, person was southbound on LaSalle. Other car was westbound. Person stopped for the stop sign, wasn't thinking and just went through. So.
I'm just saying,
mhm.
we still,
But on that particular one, had nothing to do with parking. There was no cars parked on either side of on either side of the road, and the person stopped, let a car go through, then she zipped through and a classic failure to yield right away. So, and I've been checking when I go to accidents at that corner, are there cars kind of part of this problem? And the last 3 of them, the parking issues have not been the issue. So,
well, I mean, we just need to keep track of, and you're doing it.
yeah.
But my point is,
Mhm.
So
I know,
brings up a quick question, Chris. Did we ever hear from Gross if they wanted, or did we approach Gross?
No, I did not reach out to them. I kept it.
That's one of we're gonna have to think about is buying parking lot for businesses.
Well, that's what we talked about.
As a village, I have questions,
oh yeah,
red flags about that.
sure.
Well, we wouldn't be buying it for business.
As much as they don't like that intersection,
Yeah,
I just,
I'm
something.
with you.
yeah.
They're all over the state like that. We're not the only one.
With like I came just.
Yeah.
That's
Stupid changes there.
from the DNR's point of view, and that's where she was a little gobsmacked by Bill's comment because. Yeah, and she was not on, she wasn't on camera, but you could tell she was just like, I do not know how to answer that, but it was basically Bill's accusation that we can't change lanes in the middle of the intersection. And their defense was, well, we put the lines there, that makes it lane. So there is no changing of lanes to intersection because you're staying in your lane through the intersection.
My daughter's driver's ed teacher just said bugs the crap out of them.
Yeah, oh yeah.
How is this legal when we teach that it's not?
Right, but for her, from her point of view, she's like, we
didn't
put the
think-
line there so you would know where the lane was.
But then there again, like I
Follow
said, they're all.
the line into the ditch.
Well, at least these lines are new, because I run into them where there ain't no damn lines, I'm just,
Faded out.
Yeah.
and you know, maybe with the truck, I just. Good luck to you. Good luck.
I'll make a motion to adjourn. Thank you, Tom.
I'll let Tom
No, he
second
did.
it.
Yeah.
I'll second.
Yeah, okay.
All in favor of adjourning, say aye. Opposed,
Thank you.
motion carried, check this.
Hit the button. Chief Bauer,
Yes, sir.
the reason I left is some criminals